Hey, how you guys doing? As the sports flood every single channel, we are grateful that you're here with Product of Society Street Entertainment. I am Eve Laura, and Global Soul Entertainment has brought us Shakti.
Namaste, how you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm wonderful, glad to be here.
Good. Now, your name is very different. Tell us exactly, what does your name mean?
So Shakti is actually a name that comes from the Sanskrit language, which is an ancient Indian language, and it means feminine energy and power.
Nice. I like the word. I like the word power. When you were roughly 15, it said that you were introduced to some major people who said you would be someone special. Tell us who those people were, and how do you feel about that?
Well, actually, you know, I grew up all over the world. I was born in Detroit, but my parents immigrated over from India and Singapore. So I actually had a really great opportunity to meet a man by the name of Michael Walden when I was really young. And he worked with artists like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and gave me one of my first performances when I was younger, and just, you know, kind of put me in the direction of working with great artists and great people.
Nice.
I think that, you know, I was born in Detroit. It was a great place to grow up. And amazing energy, just a soulful city. And when I grew up, you know, Detroit was definitely a very rough city. It still is in many ways. I've been living in New York. I consider it home for several years now. But you know, Detroit it was definitely home. And I grew up in the 7 Mile area, really, when I was young. And of course, I moved all over the States and internationally. So Detroit has so many amazing musicians, and it's a great place to.
They added you to the prestige list.
I guess they added me, and you know, we were Indian, so we were we would be doing, you know, I was growing up with Indian music at home, traditional Indian music, and then at you know, outside, just all over, everybody was listening to Motown records, people's parents, and, you know, hip hop and records that were getting.
You said
we.
Who's we?
Well, me and my family. I mean, yeah, we.
I thought it was like, you started out
me and my dogs, my pets. You know,
I have a bird. I have a bird.
Cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Look at that. We love the animals.
Yeah.
Now, as far as writing, do you do your own writing?
I do. I'm a songwriter. I do work with other writers as well, and I enjoy writing. It just, you go through so many different things in life, and you're able to channel those things, or sometimes it's someone else's situation. So it's great when you have an art to be able to communicate through, and music is kind of my language for that.
Something interesting that I read about your album now, your grandmother is in it?
Yeah, she actually did some vocals on it. My grandmother was an amazing singer, and she actually got married like really early on, so it was really beautiful, because when she came over, being that my parents were immigrants, I didn't really have anyone at home, so she kind of stayed home with me, and she would always sing beautiful classical Indian music, so that was kind of like the foundation to my beginnings. And she's still around, and she still sings and plays multiple instruments. So it's beautiful. It's in the family, definitely.
That is amazing. Shout out to all the grandmamas, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, your
granddaddy.
Your ethnicity. You say you were Indian.
Yeah.
And you stated something about it wasn't so cool being different.
Yeah, definitely.
But you still stayed true to who you are. So tell us why it was so important to stay authentic.
I mean, you know, growing up, like, we were, you know, I consider myself, like, in Europe, there are several generations, or maybe 2 to 3 generations of South Asians and Indian people. And in the States, you know, I was kind of like first generation, meaning a lot of immigrants from India came over, and so, you know, I didn't have an Indian Barbie to play with, and kids, the kids didn't know, the black kids, the white kids didn't really know what I was, and, you know, so you get teased. I think anytime you're different, you're a minority, you stand out. But, you know, I think I turned it into something that was something that I became so passionate about, because I felt like, in a way, that I was sort of like this biracial artist. And, you know, I just started, even though I'm not necessarily biracial, I'm mixed in a lot of ways, but I sort of was able to draw from different cultures and continents, and that's sort of like the label Global Soul that I'm on. That's sort of what their philosophy is, and I was part of that.
Well, I'm glad you're staying true and you're not changing, because one of the things that Russell Simmons will say, that your authenticity, however you say that, I'm Dominican, okay, will push you further than the next person, you know, and it's genuine, and people draw to that a little bit more. What is the name of your album, And when is it coming out?
Sure. There's actually 2 records that I'm out here promoting. One is called Feminine Energy. That's my international record. And it's just about what it is being a woman, different experiences from being...
Oh, I could tell you about that.
being in love, not being ready to fall in love, and just about feminine energy, really. And just a lot about the beauty that's within us. And I try to communicate that through different songs. And there's party records, there's slow songs. It's a variety. There's a song on there that's really close to my heart called Stand Up, which I dedicated to what happened in India during the incidents that happened.
See, she has an accent in me too.
The incident that happened at the Taj Hotel. Yeah, and you know, so it's very close to my heart. And then I have a new project which is called Butterfly, and it's coming out this 2011, and it's about change. It's an EP, and it's a lot more hip hop oriented. A lot of my music is very eclectic. Of course, I draw from East Indian culture. A lot of world music and world culture is in there, so it's very eclectic. But I also have hip hop, pop, and dance elements.
Actually, I was gonna ask you that. I heard you kind of singing, but then I heard you like rapping.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a blend. No, that's what's up. I heard it. I was like, oh, okay.
It's funny because I grew up. Of course, there were a lot of people rapping around on my block and stuff. And I guess it just, somehow, sometimes we don't realize what's in us till later on in life. And it's like somebody discovers something that they can do. And I was just messing around. We did a track called 8 Ball Jacket. That's a new single, and the response on it has just been really, really beautiful. And I had another song that was more of a singing song called Do the Thing Thing, and that was my single. Went to number 5. In India, we did a video for that, which special shouts out to POSSETV for playing that for me, and just supporting independent artists is really beautiful when that kind of thing happens.
Well, we appreciate it and definitely wish you much success. Give us the last words of inspiration for the youth that are watching now.
Well, I would just always just tell people to just do what's in their heart, to be themselves. And I think that every action, whatever job we're doing, we have to have love, just with each other and with people, and love what you do, even if it's not necessarily what you want to do. You have to do what you got to do sometimes, but just remember to carry out love, because I think that energy that you put out there, it comes back to you, and it just manifests and spreads. And, so beautiful energy and blessings to everybody. And be sure to check me out. You can hear my stuff at www.shaktionline.com. And I'm on all the social networks. Just Google Shakti Online, SHAKTI online.com. And be sure to pick up the new records, Feminine Energy and Butterfly, available on iTunes, and come out to a show.
Love it, okay? You have amazing energy yourself.
Thank
you.
You
That you joined us here. Part of the Society Street Entertainment. I am Eve Laura. And like Time stay up, stay tuned, stand out.
Never fit your stereotype, I'm analog. My buzz gets strong through the post, I get blows. Strictly stilettos when I perform. A little bit of you, but far from the norm. Even got my own boutique to shop on. D to the IBA, not a knockoff. INDIA, what I rep for. BLACK is my card, SHAKTI.